Wait, let me finish. He's not saying that I hate Negroes specifically. What he's doing is creating an atmosphere of such profound vitriol and hatred. And I think denunciation of black people and of the ideas associated with those people who are vulnerable, that, yeah, there is a strong implication about blackness going on there. That kind of, let me tell you what you just did. You used a cold language, the black studies people, right? In other words,
then I'm racist.
No, I'm saying you're racist. That's not what I said.
No, then I'm a racist.
Let me finish my point. I'm able to speak articulately. What I'm saying to you is that you try to marginalize African American studies professors as somehow innately incapable of critical reasoning that attends to every other discipline in the American category.
He is. But the reality is then that for many white brothers and sisters, then the resistance to Barack Obama can be justified by what? Appeals to conceptions that perhaps he lacks experience. That would be a legitimate concern. But not because as a black man who is the nominee of the party that they now are participating in, that they would justify either not voting for him, staying at home and refusing to vote for him, or not embracing him because for no other reason than that he is a black man. Now, for all of those who claim we live in a post-racial society, that may not be an ideal toward which we should aspire. Post-racist, yes. To get beyond the lethal indignities that are associated with ethnic bigotry, yes. To get beyond the ruin of race, yes, but not beyond racial identity, not to cleanse ourselves in the healing pools of whiteness.
Know which is worse. Is it worse if, in fact, some of this opposition to President Obama is fueled by outright racism, or is it worse if some liberals, in an attempt to defend President Obama and his plans, invoke the charge of racism to discredit the critics?
Well, clearly the first would be the problem, Matt. The existence of an abuse is far worse than those who trump it up. But let me say this. You don't ask the person who's been, the abuser, what the status of the progress is. You ask the people or the person who's been abused. Or if we look at terror, there's only been one terrorist strike, 9/11. But since then, we've had terror alerts. We've been proactive. We've been preemptive. So race is the same way. Race is not only a form of terror, it is terror. And the thing is that, yeah, there have been, I think, incredibly valid incidents of racial opposition to Mr. Obama. And there's been an atmosphere from which those events have derived. Look at the kind of atmosphere and attitude. Look at the opposition. President Obama wants to speak to the American school children. What's more American than that? People are keeping their kids at home because they fear he's going to use his bully pulpit to try to drive home a Democratic agenda. The point is, Matt, when you look at the intense concentration on Mr. Obama, painting him as a president with two eyes in a black box, calling him a Nazi, calling him a chimpanzee, calling him a monkey, how much evidence do you need?
All right, Frank.
And it amazes me that white Americans are incapable of acknowledging what is before our faces, and the reality is that we have to deal with the racial animus that undergirds and underlies American public
Frank,
discourse.
I'm going to give you...
And the resistance to Mr. Obama has been strong.
Give you the left.